Mark, always a pleasure to speak with you.
Thank you. You have the hat.
I thank you kindly, sir. Well, I think we matched on hats last time I talked. One time I talked to you at Sundance. We both enjoy a good
Yeah,
fedora.
yeah.
I do want to say my heart broke every mile of this movie. I loved it so much. It was so great.
They just hit it out of the ballpark, just beautifully. And every time you think Stephen King has surprised you for the last time, he does it again. It's incredible. And he wrote this when he was 19 years old. Are you
That
kidding me? I mean, he's barely out of high school, and you'd think you'd have some sort of life experience that you would use to convey the story, but it's purely out of his imagination. By the way, I'm reading a book called On Writing by Stephen King, and I couldn't recommend it more highly because all those questions that you want to ask him, where do you get your ideas, and was this character something that was this or that. He talks about all of it. It's like sitting down and having him lecture you about his process. It's a fantastic book because in many ways he's unknowable.
right.
And of the stories that you hear, he got fed up with writing Carrie and he thought, oh, I only write short stories anyway. This is junk. And he threw it away. His wife found it in the trash can and pulled it out. And she said, what are you doing? This is great. You should finish it. But we almost didn't get Carrie because he said, nah, I don't like where this is going.
Right.
And I should write short stories, not novels.
I do have to ask, there's so much humanity in this too. You know, from your angle as the major, your character in this, how does he see it? Because he sees their fight differently. He sees their
Mm,
struggle differently too. So, as an actor, how did you get into that? I mean, essentially, you were proud of them as actors too, I'm sure, but to
right.
see them and be proud of them as the major, as going through this horrific thing too, what was your mindset?
Well, obviously, I don't really go with them on their journey. So seeing it put together at the end, I obviously read the novel, read the script, I read the words and knew what they were attempting to do, but I wasn't with them on a daily basis. So to see it for the first time was a real revelation to me. Now, one thing that we were very lucky to be able to do was shoot it in continuity, which is unheard of. You shoot out every location, it's a budgetary thing. It's much more expensive to shoot in continuity, and only certain directors, I mean, it's like, you hear the directors say, well, I want to make it in black and white. No, we'll pull funding. You're not making it in black and white. They could have done the same thing with Francis. No, you got to shoot it, in an economical way. But the importance of shooting it in continuity is the journey that these guys go on. They start out bright eyed and bushy tailed and nice color in their skin. And I'm telling you, by the time they get to the end, they've all aged 40 years. And even though it's a movie and they get to go home and rest at night, all day long, that's all they're doing is walking. And that gave me some pause because I mean, one of the first things is I talked to Francis about it before I read it. And I'm thinking, long walk, I'm getting up there I'm a senior citizen now. Oh, no, 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 no. You get to ride in a Jeep. I said, oh, well, that makes all the difference in the world. I'm in a Jeep. But I don't know. I mean, like I say, the state is really the antagonist, but as a representative of the state, I saw this guy when I was in high school. My senior year, we lived on base. My dad was in the Navy, and we never lived on base before, but it was a Marine base, and we got stationed to live there. So every day, walking to school or to the PX or to the teen club, I'd walk across the parking lot of the Marine base and see these hard nosed sergeants putting these guys through their paces. And it was brutal. I thought, oh my God. I mean, screaming in their ears. I have to tell you, I saw a guy vomit and the sergeant forced him to eat it with a spoon. That is so inhuman. and so degrading and so off the charts horrific. And I saw that at age 15, 16. I just, I blotted it out of my mind for decades. And it all came back to me when I was thinking who this guy was, because he's committed. He's committed to the state. He's a sociopath. He's a sadist. He's just a horrible, horrible person.
But yeah, I 100% understand, and like I said, there's so much humanity in this, good and bad, and it's a great piece. So I thank you, sir. I hope everyone in your world is happy and healthy, and safe travels to you.
Likewise, thank you. Always great to talk to you.